We are back. Brian Williams here with you from New York. Yet another mass shooting, yet another large death toll from gun-involved shooting. This time, though, overseas in Europe, in Munich, Germany, the height, sadly for them, of the summer tourist season, because that city, that region is under forced lockdown. Here is where it happened, and as you look at scenes recorded today and tonight, I'll read you the latest from the Associated Press, Dateline Munich. Munich police warned people to stay inside and avoid public places Friday as they hunted for the shooter or shooters who opened fire at a shopping mall, killing 6 people, wounding others in a rampage they described as suspected terrorism. Quote, at the moment, no culprit has been arrested, close quote, police in the Bavarian capital said on social media. They said the search is taking place at a high speed. Germany's elite GSG-9 anti-terror police, as well as federal police, were called in to help. Witnesses report seeing 3 men near the Olympia Mall. Munich police spokesman told the Associated Press people were aware of media reports that a man killed himself as officers closed in, but said there was no confirmation of that. The city sent out a smartphone alert telling people to stay indoors. The German rail company Deutsche Bahn stopped train traffic to Munich's train station. The attack started, as we saw there, outside what they call a fast food restaurant. We know it to be a McDonald's before 6 p.m. local time. So you have this view that could be, as we keep saying, anywhere in the United States. Tow truck called in to get a car out of the way, a kind of suburban-looking boulevard. Richard Engel, back from his travels briefly to be with us here in New York. People who want to put this in a category, people who are, you know, after work on a Friday night in the summer, was it terrorism? What do you tell them?
Al, I'm not sure yet, frankly. We've been sitting together for a few hours now. When I first got here, the assumption was, obviously, this is another ISIS attack. Reports then of multiple shooters in Europe, and there's been a series of ISIS attacks in Europe over the last couple of weeks, and ISIS has been talking about carrying out attacks in Germany. But then, as we start digging into it more, there's this key alleged conversation that took place between bystanders who, for some reason, were talking with the gunman, shouting questions to him. And he said something about effing Turks and said that he was a German. And that conversation suggests that this was not an ISIS attack and that this was the work of potentially a lone gunman or a group of gunmen with a right-wing allegiance, a right-wing terrorist, a right-wing neo-Nazi mentality. Is that terrorism? Yes, it's a form of terrorism, but it's not ISIS. But we still need to find out more. We know identity about the shooter. Is this body that the police have found now, is that in fact the shooter who took his own life? We need to find out who he is before we can find out what motivated him.
Richard Engel here with us in New York, while all the while this afternoon we've been dealing with the speculation we would learn Hillary